Spurs have been at the heart of one of the biggest transfer sagas this transfer window, but how is it going to end up for them? They need to get back into the European contention, and can they do that this season? Let's find out. The first major question surrounds Harry Kane. For example, is he going to leave? What role is he going to play under Ange Postecoglou's system? And we seem to have a little bit more certainty about it this season. Bayern Munich made a bid, set a specific deadline, and Spurs didn't get back to them. In fact, Daniel Levy went on holiday. So it feels like Harry Kane is definitely staying this season. Whether he extends his contract, we will find out, and that sort of comes down to the other questions. The first of those questions is, what is the atmosphere going to be like at the club? Now, under Antonio Conte, there were very clearly issues, deep-rooted problems. Now, everyone saw the pre-season pictures of players throwing up because they've been running so hard, and that isn't necessarily an issue. That's how pre-season works. It's how it worked under, for example, at Leeds United, Marcelo Bielsa, under Pep Guardiola at Manchester City. Players have to work hard in pre-season to get their fitness back and prepare for the year ahead. However, it was after that there were sort of big morale issues throughout the club, and everyone just sort of seemed angry at Tottenham. And being a football club, the atmosphere goes beyond how the players are feeling, because Postecoglou can get everyone happy and friendly with one another, but that doesn't matter if the fans are absolutely hating everything the squad does. A football club is a huge interconnected network of fans, ownership, players, all the other stakeholders involved in a football club, and if the fans are livid like they were at Conte last season, it's not going to get better. Antonio Conte's football was incredibly dull, and fans just hated it, even if they were occasionally winning matches and, in theory, qualifying for Europe, which didn't end up happening. But what's going to matter is Postecoglou's more frantic, engaging style is likely to get the fans back on side and get everyone a little bit happier, which is good for the players and for the fans because everyone wants to enjoy football. It's not a hobby that you do because you want to be depressed most of the time. Then again, I am a Leeds fan, so eh. So, if all of this clicks, and it's a fairly big if, Spurs have a much better chance of securing continental football, maybe even the Champions League. And that will likely get Harry Kane to stay. But there's one more thing that they quite desperately need, and that is quality depth in quite a lot of positions. If you look past Harry Kane, then who do Spurs turn to? It's probably just Richarlison, and he's good, but he's not Harry Kane. It is important to note that Spurs have added depth where it counts. They've got Gianluigi Vicario, I think, in net. I might have got that right. We'll find out. They've got Mickey van der Ven coming in at centre-back. There's plenty of decent players that are coming into the club that they can just sort of rotate in and out. No one's going to be getting exhausted. No one's going to get stress injuries, assuming that they make the right decisions. James Maddison coming in is another great example. He's a fantastic midfield creator who fits in perfectly to Postecoglou's system. It's just if Harry Kane gets injured, they need something more to work with. But then again, the striker market is rammed with players at the moment and clubs that want them. They need to make good decisions. And that is the scary part. Spurs need Daniel Levy to make good decisions. And that's where a lot of the initial questions about Harry Kane came in. You've got to consider he's a £100 million player. Bayern think he's an £85 million player, but we'll find out. And selling him would allow a lot of funds to reinvest across the side rather than just at centre forward. Now, losing him for free next season is a massive risk. It'll pay off if Spurs get into the Champions League, but we don't know if that's going to happen or not. At the end of the day, it's a transfer window of risks. Postecoglou himself is a bit of a risk. He's a complete change in system from Antonio Conte, but it's a hope. Spurs have a decent chance of European qualification this season, and they just have to hope that things go right. Anyway, thank you for watching. Please comment your thoughts below, like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe. Stick around. See you later.